Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope, Louisville's only live TV sports talk show. And we want to hear from you. Our number, 964-2121, the Goomer & Company Buzz Line. I'm your host, Greg Brom. Tonight, joining me, he was with John Lewis Friday night from nationofblue.com and the host of Wildcat Lodge from 6 to 7 on Mondays and Wednesdays?
Wednesdays.
On 1450 WQKC, right after my show, the Afternoon Sports Buzz from 5 to 6. Mac is on there talking Wildcat sports. And Mac, we're going to start off, though, before we get into the Cats and the Cards, we're going to start off with the Super Bowl. And we have a rematch now, the conference championship games today, two tight games. The Patriots beat the Ravens 23-20. The Giants win in overtime 20-17. So we got a rematch of the 2007 Super Bowl between the Giants and the Patriots. And I tell you what, today it came down to special teams, really. A missed field goal by the Ravens and then a fumbled punt by the Giants.
Ted Ginn not playing really hurt the 49ers right at the end there. They had actually been subpar in their special teams. That killed them, that fumble at the end. Ted Ginn would have not fumbled that ball. He would have ran it up for a touchdown. Well,
I'll tell you what, earlier in the game, too, a ball hits the knee of the same, I think it's the same punt returner, hits his knee. Another fumble that the Giants jump on. And I worry about the Ravens. You know, the window, has it closed on Ray Lewis and Ed Reed? Was this their last chance?
Well, Lord, I hope so. They're 47 years old.
Ray will play another 10 years.
He will. He'll be dangerous. I mean, give it up already. I'm just kidding. The Ravens are tough. Bill Belichick told him it was going to be tough to play. Of course, he says every team's the best team he's ever played, the whole Rick Pitino thing. But they went out, and the Ravens were tough. And Tom Brady's like, I don't care how tough you are. I'm Tom Brady. Look at this chin. Look at my wife. Look at my kids that are going to be beautiful.
You got to hate him. Gosh, you got to hate the guy, and he handles everything. He's probably likable, but man, jealousy just consumes me with Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Speaking of the other quarterback in the Super Bowl, Eli Manning. His second Super Bowl appearance, his brother Peyton, two appearances himself, one victory. Okay, if Eli beats Tom Brady a second time in the Super Bowl, Mac, is he better? Will he go down as the better quarterback?
If he wins. Yes. You beat Tom Brady twice. You beat him twice. 2-0 against him in Super Bowl? Yeah, you're better than old Peyton. Peyton's way better at commercials, by the way. Peyton, keep doing them. Did you see the other commercial he was in? He was a referee doing a coin toss. Funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Peyton Manning, keep doing Saturday Night Live, keep doing that. Eli has passed you up at this point. Well, no, I'm sorry, he's equal.
He's equal. So he's already equal. Just getting to the second Super Bowl, he's equal with Peyton Manning with 4 MVPs.
Right.
I don't know, that
didn't matter.
Impressive.
Greg, 4 MVPs and 25 cents will get you a cup of coffee right nowadays.
Brett Favre has about the same.
He's got 4,000 MVPs, and he's got, the point is you have to win the Super Bowl, and that's why Tom Brady will go down as one of the better quarterbacks of all time. And Eli Manning, all he has to do is get that one, and he is past Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning will never catch up. Because Peyton Manning's going to drop off the Colts and go play for the Browns or something, as we all hope, or the Bengals.
All right, our number 964-2121, the Goomer & Company Buzz Line. You want to react to the conference championship games in the NFL? Give us a call. We're going to move on to the Kentucky Wildcats. nationofblue.com is Mac's website, and he's the expert on everything Big Blue. And Kentucky pushed yesterday, Mac, but really I never felt threatened. Like, if I was a Kentucky fan, I wouldn't have felt the threat of a loss. And they hold on to beat Alabama. Relaford shot, the ball great the second half, and they shot great as a team in the second half. But and they played physical, which might be part of the formula to beat Kentucky. But Kentucky holds on to win. 6 players in double figures. Were you happy with the performance?
You got to give it a lot of credit to Anthony Grant. He basically went in and said, here's how you're going to beat us, Calipari, with all your studs and your horses. This is how you're going to beat us. Marcus T is going to have to take us off the dribble and beat us with all the layups, and you're going to have to beat us with outside shooting. And Calipari said, so be it. We will take it that way. Teague took it to the rack more times than he wanted to. Anthony Davis played the worst game, the absolute worst game of his career. Let me preface by saying of his career, which is like saying when you're a king, you didn't rule that many nations.
I was going to say,
as well.
He was still pretty good. Even though 2 for 10 from the field, but he had steals, block shots. I mean, he did what he always does.
This is what we talk about with Anthony Davis. It's not that he's going to come in and set the world on fire like a John Wall and score 25 points a game or whatever. what he does is he impacts the complete game, not necessarily the game Kentucky plays, but the national landscape. People have to prepare for Kentucky a whole different way, because even if he has an off night shooting, which how can you have an off night shooting when the hoop's here and your hand's here? But he does. He had an off night.
If we were only 7'1", we would shoot 80%.
Right.
Don't you think?
Yeah, it was incredible how Alabama played him. They toughed him, they pushed him, they kicked him, and it worked.
That's the way to play Kentucky, though. And look, shocked. There's gambling in Casablanca. Kentucky wins the free throw battle in Rupp Arena. Oh, what a shock. Free throw disparity.
I didn't notice.
I give them credit, though. As long as you keep Terrence Jones off the line, you have a chance to win the game at the line. You hit your last 15 points from the free throw line.
What are you gonna do?
Clutch, though, was Teague at the end. He hit 2 clutch free throws.
Yes.
Lamb hit some clutch free throws. So you hit them when you had to. I think it's good for Kentucky to have to play a few close games, because in the SEC, and I know you're going to throw stats at me about the SEC, the quality of the SEC.
Look at this.
But in the SEC, you're not pushed that much throughout the year. It's not a grind like you may have, I think, in the Big East and the Big Ten even. A grind week in, week out. Isn't it good to get pushed like this?
Yes, and might I say, how dare you say we're not going to get pushed in the SEC? Look at Arkansas. Look at them. Michigan comes down and said, the SEC.
Michigan, that great basketball power,
hey,
Michigan.
Top 20, don't shoot the messenger.
Louisville's in the top 20.
Well, that is, you know what, point taken. You win that argument. Look at Tennessee, 9-10. Ask UConn how that felt. UConn got spanked by Tennessee at Tennessee. And no way that should have been a 20-point
I tell you
game.
what, in 2 good wins for the SEC yesterday. Tennessee, like you said, beating UConn, the defending champions, at home. Arkansas wins as well. Okay, we saw a little bit of the formula, though, to beat Kentucky maybe.
Yes.
Physical, down low, make them shoot from outside, make Teague take you. Let's go to your list. Who does Kentucky not want to see in their NCAA bracket come Selection Sunday? And we want to hear from you as well, 964-2121. This is Mac's list. The teams Kentucky does not want to see in their NCAA tournament draw, if we can get them on the screen for you.
Yeah, number 3, right now,
Tell you what,
you have to go Florida State.
I like that pick. That might even crawl up to number 1 after watching them play.
Here's the problem, Greg. They may not even make the tournament, but the problem is that they do, they're going to be an 8-9. Guess who we play in the second round? Florida State, because they showed up to play ball. So they've taken North Carolina to the woodshed. They beat Duke. At Duke, broke the nation's longest home court winning streak on the last second 3 by Snare. Don't want to play Snare, don't want to play Singleton, don't want to play anybody on that team. Florida State, a lot of talent there. Number 2, you want to keep going? We can keep going here. Number 2,
UConn. Why UConn? Why UConn this year? And they just lost to Tennessee. What scares you about UConn as opposed to Syracuse?
Lamb is good. Oriaki's still there, if I'm not mistaken. They got that Drummond kid. He's good. And you've got Shabazz Napier. Can't stand him, but he's good. Number 1.
All the guys that didn't go to Kentucky.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're good. They're good.
Yeah.
And it's hard to match up with them. Number 1, Baylor. They got the most talent that's comprehensive to Kentucky, and you don't want to play them because they got athletes.
Why not Syracuse? Before we go to break, we'll talk about Louisville on the other side of the break, but why not Syracuse? They play that zone defense. They look like they got athletes that can match up to Kentucky.
Make Syracuse shoot. I'm not scared of them.
Well, they're going to make Kentucky shoot.
That's fine. That's fine. And if it comes down to us shooting 3 and them shooting 3, I like our chances.
Okay, we're going to take a break now. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Cards' big victory, life. The sun did come up for Louisville basketball yesterday. As they win, they really keep their NCAA tournament hopes alive. We'll talk about that on the other side. The Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
Goomer & Company Jewelry is proud to celebrate our 40th anniversary.
Hello, I'm Bruce Goomer, founder and owner of Goomer & Company. This is a family business, and we'd like to thank you for choosing Goomer & Company. My family and I look forward to being your jewelry store for years to come.
For over 40 years, we've been the largest gold, silver, and diamond dealer in the area.
Come see us on Hurstburn Parkway or visit goomerjewelry.com and experience the Goomer difference.
I wish I had a decent truck with my kind of credit.
I'm Jeannie Jules, and there are no rules at Jim Brown Auto Sales if your credit isn't right. We've got cars to suit your needs and prices to delight. So you don't need 3 wishes, you'll soon see, because at Jim Brown Auto Sales, we make wishes reality. I'm Julie Brown, and my daddy has over 150 ways to make your wishes come true. Who's your daddy? 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 Daddy?
We're gonna rock your world, not your wallet. Rally's Cha-Ching. Our smoky sausage, grilled plump and juicy, topped with mustard on a toasted bun, just $1. Chipotle barbecue bacon cheeseburger or our mushroom Swiss. Big Rally's taste for just $1. Now that's Cha-Ching. Rally's, feast on.
This limited time offer is a real winner, so make sure you score one today.
The 2012 Bluegrass Golf Tour Card featuring Chariot Run, Bardstown Country Club at Maywood, Rosewood Country Club, Indian Springs, Cave Valley Golf Resort, the Falls Golf Resort, the Bull, and Stonecrest Golf Course is available now. Get your golf tour card and play 8 great courses with cart for one low price. Call 502-964-2121 or go to shop21live.com to get yours now. You can play anytime, but you must get your golf tour card now.
We're back. The Sunday Sports Bus presented by Sam Swope live here from the iTex studios. iTex, your cashless business-to-business marketplace. They'll get you new business guaranteed. This segment brought to you by LouisvilleBigDeals.com and our number 964-2121, the Goomer & Company Buzzline. And the University of Louisville went into Pitt last night, college game day in town. Pitt, an 0-6 Pitt, but preseason top 10, top 12 team. I didn't think Louisville would win. I really didn't. Louisville goes in there, gets a huge victory, and Mac, the NCAA tournament, there's life. There is tournament life again for the Cardinals. And a big difference, Kyle Currick comes back with 5 3-pointers, 21 points. And to be honest with you, it was the best, most complete effort as far as the half-court execution I've seen from the Cardinals since the Memphis game, who plays no defense. So This was a pleasant sign, I think, for the Cards that Currick was in there and they looked like they had some flow to the offense.
Actually, I want to preface this by saying I didn't realize you were playing at Pitt. I thought it was playing at the Pits is what it was. This team was terrible. The audience was terrible. And game day wasn't there. There had been 5 people in that stands, Greg. You know that as well as I do, this game. Yes, Kyle Currick had an amazing performance. Wasn't supposed to play. It rose from the dead, he did, and scored 21 points. Now, can I say something here?
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
What happened?
No, stop.
No. Stop, right? Why didn't he play? Why wasn't he going to play? What was the deal?
So you got a sprained ankle. I mean, you got to see if it's okay.
When did he sprain it?
He sprained it last week. It takes a high ankle sprain, Mac.
The
high ankle sprain. It takes a month.
I wanted to preface this because I have myself sprained an ankle.
Yeah,
Heck, I've sprained 2 ankles, people. I've sprained them both. I've been hobbling with nothing. And I sprained my left ankle so bad, Greg. That happened 8 weeks ago. I'm 30. I'm not a 21-year-old kid. I'm 30 years old. I've never sprained an ankle in my life. And the way he was shooting the basketball, that is not possible. With a sprained ankle, that is not I'm telling you, Greg.
High ankle sprain, different story. He's jumping straight up and down. He had to go stretch it at one point in the game. I don't care if whatever magic potion was given to Kyle Currick or to get him ready, that's fine with me. I'll tell you what, one thing that I did like in the game, and I have to admit, Peyton Siva in the second half was the Peyton Siva that we want to see. I mean, he was driving to the basket, dishing off. I think that's the thing he does the best is pick and roll, hit the lane, try to dish off to somebody, maybe going for a layup. The first half he was absolutely terrible, awful. 3 fouls. He's still making the silly fouls. And Elisha Justice, the bullet, comes in there 8 minutes. I actually thought Currick kind of got off when Bullitt was feeding him the ball. It looked like there was more control in the offense, and I think it helped Currick get unwound and on track was Bullitt being out there instead of maybe Siva over the kind of out of control, running with his head spinning backwards.
Just be careful with that, because we thought the same thing when Teague was out of control. We said, put Lamb at the point guard. Lamb does a serviceable job as a point, as a point guard.
Russ Smith, he'd be like Russ at the point, even though I like Russ playing point a little bit.
Exactly, but you don't want Russ running your team. I don't think you want the Bullet running your team. You may want him taking his shirt off for pictures, but you don't want him running your team. But yeah, on occasion,
Kentucky sex symbol.
He is. Hey, he took that title from me. Absolutely. But you want Siva as your guy. You as Kentucky, you have to run with Teague. At Louisville, you have to run with Siva. Siva's your guy, higher ceiling, and a lot more playmaking ability.
All right, let's go to our Goomer Company Buzzline. Cornisha, you're up with Mac and Greg.
Tell your friend next to you to leave Peyton Manning alone. That's like talking about Ali and Frazier and I went on ESPN, and I voted for the teams that will be playing, so yay for me. And then as far as Kentucky, I hope they do play Baylor, and Baylor beat the crap out of them. And then as far as the Cards, they looked okay, but I think if everybody get healthy, they will be a lot better. But I was glad to see Cal out there. The question is, where is Swapshard? He plays so well with T. Williams, Clark, and then he gets hurt, and he's just haven't been the same. Are they all afraid of getting hurt? That's what I want to know.
You go, because I think she called you out first.
Well, now this is about Kentucky losing to Baylor.
We'll put you in your place. One of the
she wants. Okay, that's fine. If we play Baylor, that's going to be a tough matchup. Like I said, I don't want that matchup. If we do get that matchup, I want it to be an Elite Eight, Final Four game. Okay, I want it to matter.
It probably will be.
And Baylor's been tanking lately, so I don't know what's going on. But I want them to play in a game that's meaningful. And if within, then maybe we can get through it. But you catch Baylor on a good night, and they will stomp you in the tournament.
I'll tell you what, another thing Cornisha said about the injuries, and injuries have hurt Louisville, but I think Rick, it looked like he got a little rhythm with a little bit of a rotation. He would go 4 guards with Kirk at the 4. Then he would bring Shane in at the 4, let Kirk play a little 3. He even had Russ playing the point. I think there was a little rotation going of about 6 or 7 guys. I think Swap's out of that rotation. I mean, it's only foul trouble for Swap to get a lot of playing time now. Zach Price, he actually was okay when he got in there. Defensively, he caused a pile up in the middle, got a jump ball. I mean, he can spell. Jing has been a beast. 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. And you know what he did better this time? You could tell he was really trying not to come down with his hands when he went for the block. He was staying straight up. And in fact, one time the referee, the Pitt player jumped into Jing. The referee gave Jing benefit of the doubt. He jumped straight up and down, did not get the foul call.
The first time any player in college basketball this year has been
verticality. As Dick Vitale said.
Logic and everything else in refereeing has not lasted. So yeah, I did see that play and I was surprised. Did not flow. Talking about Jing, I don't know. You want to get to the calls here, but I think Jing. If I'm Louisville, if I'm Rick Pitino, when I start the game out, Jing is my #1 option on offense. I don't know how it makes everybody feel. From what I saw, Russ Smith is good.
Makes me feel good.
If you give him 25 shots a game, 20 shots a game, you know who my #2 option would be? Shane Bohannon.
Well, Shane has finally parked himself down low, and he actually converted some of those low block plays. Get him off the perimeter, put him down low, throw that big butt around. And,
absolutely,
you know, Shane looked good. This was the best he has looked and the biggest impact he has made. I mean, he was a force out there in the game, and Rick needs. That's why he hasn't gone with the 4-guard lineup, because he thought Shane would be like that the entire season, but it's taken half the year for it to get to this point, even though I wonder why it took half the year for us to throw the 4-guard lineup out there, because it looked so good last year. Before I get to Handsome, who's with us on the line, I want to ask our audience and Handsome even, what equals success this year for Louisville? Has your expectations changed? I know at the beginning of the year, you might have been thinking Elite Eight, Final Four. With the injuries and now with the stumbling they've been doing lately, has it changed? What finish will equal success for the Cards? Handsome, you're up.
I mean, Greg, I ain't really worried about the tournament. I know we're going to make the tournament. I mean, hopefully, on the Coach Pitino show, he had Blackshear on there the other day, and, Blackshear, get him back, maybe 7, 8, 9 games, down the stretch, give it an extra boost. Is it going to be a player coming out of high school? No, but give us a boost. If we shoot the ball like we did, last night, we can beat anybody. Ain't no question. We shoot the ball against Kentucky, we beat them. I mean, we just could throw it in Ohio River.
They play defense, so if they can't hit some shots.
Oh, there's no question. But, hey, y'all was talking about, I change the subject. You talk about Peyton and Eli, please. I mean, Peyton Manning, there's no comparison between Eli and Peyton. Peyton's got his hands there. It's just like saying, and Greg, I hate to break it up because you love them both, and I do too. It's just like saying Brian, because he won the Orange Bowl, is he better than Jeff? There's no comparison. Are you kidding me? I mean, number 11's got number 12. That's just the way it is, buddy. But hey, real quick, Greg, I know you're a football guy. Joe Paterno, I mean, sad thing, losing him, but can you just respond on that? His legacy has got to be off the chart, and the way he went out, with that sex. I hate it because the kids, because that should never happen, but he's still one of the greatest football coaches, and I believe he died of a broken heart.
I'm with you on that. Hey, Handsome, all the circumstances so sad there, and our condolences go out to the entire State College family in Penn State. But it does sadden me, the fact that, football was done for Joe Paterno. It looked like he was, what he was living for was maybe was gone as well, and it kind of speeded up the end of his life, I'm sure.
Right.
But it's a very sad situation. We're going to take a break. We want to ask you, what equals success for Louisville basketball this year? If your expectations changed, and UK fans, who do you not want to see in your NCAA tournament draw? Our number 964-2121, the Sunday Sports Buzz presented by Sam Swope.
Pimp out your ride at Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road. That's Smart Shoppers, 4200 Produce Road to pimp out your ride. They are open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. They are the largest car audio dealer in the city of Louisville. No better place for paint or body work in the city than Smart Shoppers. You need rims, stereos, amps, paint, anything you need. Call 964-6652 or go to smartshoppers.com. That's Smart Shoppers, 964-6652.
Join the club at Sam Swope Auto Group. When you service a vehicle at any Sam Swope dealership, you automatically become a Service VIP Rewards member. You get member pricing on parts and service, lost key return, and emergency roadside assistance. Plus, you can earn points that qualify you for discounts on your next vehicle purchase, up to $2,500. The best part is becoming a member is free. Become a member today at any Sam Swope dealership. Nobody walks away because everybody saves.
We're gonna rock your world, not your wallet. Rally's Cha-Ching. Our smoky sausage, grilled plump and juicy, topped with mustard on a toasted bun, just $1. Chipotle barbecue bacon cheeseburger or our mushroom Swiss. Big Rally's taste for just $1. Now that's Cha-Ching. Rally's, feast on.
This limited time offer is a real winner, so make sure you score one today.
Looking to save money on things you shop for daily? Look no further. VPass is here. Members save up to 50% at thousands of area businesses. Buy one, get one free at your favorite area restaurants. Golfers get free green fees at top area courses. Save on things for your auto, home, kids, and pets. Members save on prescription medication and vision care at thousands of providers nationwide. Go to myvpass.com. That's my V as in value, passes and passport.com for a free 30-day trial.
Hey, it's Jenny from 21 Live, and I don't want you to forget about our video contest that we're having, so check out our website, shop21live.com, and submit your videos to our Facebook page. Plus, we have a really great trip. We're going to take you to the Smoky Mountains, so check out that offer on our website as well. Shop with us at shop21live.com and watch us Saturday mornings at 10 a.m.
21 Live, Kentuckiana's live local shopping show.
All right, what equals success for the Louisville Cards? I tell you what, at the beginning of the year, Mac, I was saying, and a lot of our fans thought Final Four, Elite Eight, I was saying get to the second weekend success. And I'm not going to use the injuries as an excuse, because you can use them as an excuse every year. But with what they have faced, I think now you win one game in the tournament, you can say success. You can say success with one game in the tournament. I don't think you have to get to the second weekend. If you get there and you don't win a game, I don't care if everybody got hurt and you were playing Wyking Jones and Kevin Keats out there. You've got to win a game in the tournament for success.
I think a game in the tournament's asking too much, Greg. I think making the tournament. Here you go. Here we go. Everybody who's happy about Louisville's win against Pitt, I'm going to hit you with some knowledge. The last 4 wins, you've had a rough past 7 games, right? Your last 4 wins came against teams with a record of 35-42. That's not great. That's not like something you can build on. That's just something that you have to deal with. You could say it's the schedules gives you, but Marquette had a much better schedule than all 3 of those teams. I mean, you're beating DePaul, you're beating a Pittsburgh team that's just down and out, 11-9 now. You need some quality wins right now.
I hope the next 4 are 35-42. I hope they're worse. I hope they're worse. But we do have Syracuse. We have Syracuse at home, UConn at home. Those will be 2. We'll have them at home. That could be quality.
You had your chances to win.
All right, real quick before we get to our calls, Lamb. Do you like him coming off the bench?
I love him coming off the bench. I do. I said day one, you have to have Darius Miller in your starting lineup. Because Darius Miller, here's the thing about Lamb. People don't get this about Lamb. He scores. He's a prolific scorer. But if he's not scoring, what is he doing for you? He's your backup point guard? I mean, look at his stats, Greg. They're not impressive. They kind of look like Swapshire stats. I mean, there's nothing. It's zeros across the board except for points. And he leads the team in scoring. Don't get me wrong. But Miller does everything. He does about 10 points a game, about 6 rebounds a game, 3 assists a game, whatever the case may be. He gets you all those stuff, and he creates plays. And look at that shot he's taking right there. Boom! He takes that shot at the end. You think he cares? He's the honey badger. He don't care. He's going to shoot that shot. He's going to hit the free throws.
Hey, Miller, you beat us. I'll take those other guys. Miller, you want to beat us?
I want him beating you. I want him beating you right now.
All right. Let's go real quick to CC before you get to your plus minus. You want to give me some irrelevant stat, I'm sure. CC, you're up. Hey, CC. Okay, let's go to your stat. You're going to give me a plus minus stat that's is going to shock me.
Absolutely. Plus minus. Everyone who doesn't know what plus minus is, we have an article up on Nation of Blue. You've got to check this out. You will not believe it until you see it. That was me. Plus minus, what that is, I feel like Digger Phelps here.
You need a colored
I know I didn't match my plus minus, which is your points, which is basically when you're on the court, your team scores points. When you're off the court, the other team scores points. So it's plus minus. For instance, so everybody knows who saw Terrence Jones play Alabama. He was -8, and he scored 15 points himself. That's how bad he played. That's giving the ball away. That's turning the ball over, not steal. That's playing terrible. That's your plus minus. Marcus Teague is #1 in the nation in plus minus.
You know what? He's along for the ride. That's like, I mean, I don't know about the relevance of that stat.
This is a starting
You can put me out there with those players as the 5th guy, and I might be #1 in the nation plus minus. I mean, you're along for the ride instead of driving the train or in the caboose.
Give him some credit. Marcus Teague, give him some credit.
He's played much, much better.
He's not the scorer. He's not the scorer that everybody wants him to be, but what he's doing is managing his team a la Wayne Turner and Anthony Epps, who probably had a high plus minus as well.
You can tell, and you nailed it. I think Alabama was saying, Teague, you take us off the dribble. You beat us.
You beat. I would have said the same thing.
You kept them in the game.
Would have said the same thing.
Kept them in the game. All right. Our number, 964-2121, the Goomer & Company Buzz line. Real quick, Derek Willis picks Kentucky on Friday. We got about a minute left. This just tells me, really, and I don't know how much each team wanted him, but if Kentucky wants you, you're going to Kentucky. And Louisville, you just go for the next tier down. You'll get one a year. Get one top 10, top 15 guy a year, and then fill in the rest of the roster with the next tier. But that's what it tells me. If Cal wants him, he's going to get him.
You're absolutely right. Pitino he has to stop fighting with Calipari for these recruits. The in-state kids, I'm okay with. Willis, fight for him. Fight for everything you got. But the other recruits, get your guys. You evaluate your talent like you want to evaluate, and you get those guys. Don't just go after who's Cal's getting. It won't work.
All right, listen to my show 5 to 6, Monday through Friday, 1450. Mac, Wildcat Lodge, 6 to 7, Mondays and Wednesdays on 1450. Thanks. We'll see you next week. The Sunday Sports Buzz, presented by Sam Swope.